guys, my name is Rachel Gordon and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Texas Mattress Makers. Every year we partner with Houston Children's Charity with their A Better Night's Sleep program, and we have our 1-for-1 bed event where our customers with every purchase of $500 or more, we're able to donate a bed to a child in need. And so right now we're giving away 250 beds from last year's 1-for-1 bed event. Since our partnership with Houston Children's Charity, we've given away thousands of beds to children in need. And think about what a bed does. It makes a difference in your health, it makes a difference in the child's upbringing, and so we're very honored and privileged to be able to partner with Houston Children's Charity and be a part of this amazing program.
From this to this, from this to this, transforming raw steel into the world's most comfortable sleep surface. Join us as we explore Leggett & Platt's innerspring story.
The Idea Center decides to create a new innerspring many different ways. A lot of times we sit down with our internal engineers, give them a set parameter and find out what we come up with. Once a concept is developed, a prototype is created right here in our shop. Every prototype has to be approved through our ASTM testing and our own internal testing before we take to production.
Scrap comes into Sterling in two ways. It comes in either in railroad cars or it's trucked in semi-trailers. They load it into cars, buy the grade of scrap.
It takes three buckets of scrap to make a heat. The furnace holds actually is rated at 415 ton. It is the largest electric furnace in North America. And the gates open in the bottom of the furnace. We tap the heat. Tapping is when we take the molten material in the furnace and open a gate.
They let the steel come out at a certain rate into copper molds that are water cooled through the machine at a curve, and it gets cut by the torches and out into our cooling bed.
They go into our reheat furnace where they're brought up to temperature before rolling. We start the reduction. We have what are called box passes. There we have a series of fans under the conveyor that blow air up through the coils to cool them down.
Our steel rod comes from our own rod mill in Sterling, Illinois, and we will bring the rod in, drop those coils into that acid, and then bring them out. We run them through a static rinse, a high pressure rinse, and then we coat them with something that will go through our wire drawing machines. And what we're doing is taking the hot rolled rods, drawing them through a series of dies down to the finished diameter that we want for the final wire size.
The machine that we are currently standing in front of is a spule machine. We'll run around 120 coils a minute.
And they run it through the top and the bottom head, which actually forms the coil into the certain size they want. Then it runs through the heat treater unit, which actually tempers the unit. Then it runs it up into the stacker, which actually runs it down to the belt into the assembly unit.
On the auto clip to go through the automatic cycle. Once they're done on the auto clip, then the unit is taken off, inspected by the clipper, and hung on the trolley line to go on down through the process.
Your mattress, you're going to be in it 1/3 of your life. So it's good to know how it's going to perform, what it's going to do for you.
Welcome to our snooze news. Before we start, I have some exciting news. You were already a grandpa, but now you're a grandpa of a baby girl. Noah, your son,
I
has...
was already a grandpa with a baby girl.
Well, I know, but we have exciting news. Camille, it's spelled Camille, but it's Camille, was born. When was she born?
Uh-huh.
I was going fast, but you know. Tell our audience.
The 15th of August.
The 15th of August. Noah, who has been on Snooze News before and is also Yuval's son,
She's
is
a
now
genius.
a father.
A genius. A genius.
Well, I think it's exciting. And
That's
so,
right.
you know, when we have exciting...
I got Lukey Luke and Camille.
Yeah, yes.
Okay?
Yes.
That's right. And then I got another one coming in December.
Yes.
But he is going to be called Frank because it's a boy.
Well, you hear that, Sarah? So you better name your child Frank.
That's right. Whatever it takes.
No, but anyways, we wanted all of you to know the exciting news. We are growing our family, and we just wanted to share it with you. And so
I can retire in 40 years.
He doesn't want to retire, let's be honest. But anyways, today we are going to talk about the break-in period and why your mattress, when you buy your mattress, especially here at Texas Mattress Makers, it is going to feel different than what you laid on in the store. And there's a reason for that. And so Yuval is going to explain exactly why that is and what you should expect.
My turn?
Your turn.
Very good. All right. Every mattress you buy in any store is going to feel different, the truth is, when you get it home. But there are reasons for it. The main reason is the product that you have on top of it. So, as you can see here, this is what is called a high resiliency piece of foam. I don't know if the camera can get it, but we're going to try our best. It's glittery, okay? The glitter that you see are cells. They're like little holes. What happens? When you lay down on this, you are actually opening up the cells. That's the softening process of it. A good piece of foam or a good piece of latex, which is this right here, this is what latex looks like, okay? And this is what a real memory foam looks like. All these products will soften up to a point. That's just the nature of the beast. A good piece of product will only soften up, it's a little complicated, 20% of its total volume. In other words, this is a 2-inch, 12 by 12, 2 board feet. This total volume will soften up 20%. What does that mean in real life? Once you break it down, you will not feel it. You will feel what it conformed into your body.
So you'll feel the comfort of it. You're not going to feel the breaking in.
Exactly. But within 90 nights, you should have had all the breaking in that you're going to need. How do you expedite it if you so choose to? You literally walk on your mattress. Why? Because think of a sofa, okay? Everybody sits in one area in their living room. Notice, if you haven't tried it today, when you sit where you sit every day, now move to your center cushion. Excuse me, I got excited. I mean, my intelligence is blowing my mind away. Let's do it again quickly.
His intelligence is blowing his mind away.
Exactly.
Sorry, I just want to make sure and repeat that.
No, it's
so
an
everyone...
oxymoron. It
Yes.
works. You
Keep
understood
going.
it.
I
They
understood.
didn't, but you did. See, that's my problem. Anyway, when you sit on your sofa, if you move one cushion, all of a sudden you'll feel a lot more support firmer if you haven't flipped it. Okay? Why is it softer? Because there you've opened up the cell of the product all the way. So it sits softer.
So it's kind of like shoes or jeans. Like when you get a new pair of jeans, you know that initial when you put it on the start.
It's tight.
It's tight. You have to walk.
Exactly.
You know, you have to kind of bend. I don't know about you, but sometimes you do squats to...
Please don't tell us that. I can't afford to do squats in tight jeans.
No, but it's important because this is something that we deal with every day.
No, but I like
everyday products.
I like your analogy. Shoes.
Yeah.
Is perfect. You put on brand new pair of shoes, you love them. They're kind of tight.
Yeah.
And the sole and the heel does not really fit the way you walk.
Yeah.
And as you walk, okay, your shoe gets a little older, maybe a little dirtier, not in a mattress, but the shoe, and then it fits your foot perfectly. And if it's a good shoe and it fits you well, when you put your shoe on, you don't really feel that you have the shoe.
Yeah.
And it's very comfortable. So that's a very good analogy. That's the same thing on a mattress. But the product, okay, is the key point. If you lay in a mattress that fairly quickly that product gives away, and then you have, a deep impression, or you bought substandard, or actually something happened to the product itself. If that happens at anything that you buy at Texas Mattress Makers, all you do, it's just as simple. You call, you send us pictures, we know exactly what we're looking at, and if this product broke down, we fix it, you get a brand new mattress, there's no discussion.
Well, and we also, you mentioned the 90-night. That's important because we do have our 90-night comfort guarantee.
Correct.
Because when you buy a mattress, you need a mattress. The goal is to get you a mattress. If for any reason within that time, that normal break-in period, you've given it the time to break in and you're still not happy, we will work with you. We have the best customer service here in Houston. We make everything right here in Houston, so you don't have to deal with any third party, you don't get lost with a bot, anything like that. You're dealing with humans, the humans that made your mattresses. And so I think that's important because you don't get that type of care and diligence at any other retail store.
No, let's brag a little bit. When you're correct and it's honest, it's not bragging, it's stating.
Yeah.
Okay. We're voted for the second year in a row the best mattress store in Houston. The reason we were voted is because of our customer service. We understand you're going to buy a mattress. And thank you very much for choosing us to buy your mattress. I mean that sincerely, right? But we know going into your purchase that we might encounter issues with your comfort. So we don't fight you. In fact, we invite you in. The goal is for you to get the right mattress so you sleep well, so you are healthy. Always remember, buying a mattress should not be a purchase that you just say, I need it, let's get it over with, and pay the least amount of money. Buying a mattress is an investment in your health as much as anything that you can conjure up in your mind that is an investment in your health. We understand that. You come into us, our goal is to fit you based on your budget with the best mattress that you need. Period. Not that we want to sell you. So what Rachel said is absolutely true. Everything you will see in our showrooms is made right here in Houston with materials that we buy from the US. We know everything about everything in your mattress. And it is important, as Rachel wanted us to do this, for you to understand. You'll get something that is firmer, not more supportive, firmer, and it will contour to your body by softening up. Your solid foundation support will never soften under you. Only the product for your comfort level to accommodate your silhouette based on how you sleep. That's what we do. That's what we do best. Why? Because that's the only thing we do.
And he will keep talking.
I am going to keep talking.
On that note, anyway, so again, expect your mattress to feel a bit firmer. It will soften up to what you felt. If for any reason you have questions, if you're uncomfortable, please don't hesitate to call any of the showrooms, the showroom that you purchased from, and we are here for you. So come by at Texas Mattress Makers.
Bye-bye.
And also congratulations, Noah.
Bye-bye.
You are not like me, so I can't take something that works for me and make it work for you. How can one size fit all? Comfort is not up for discussion. There is no such thing as the best. It doesn't exist. The best is very individual. It's unique. What's best for you is not best for someone else. I have never seen anything in 38 years that I've been doing this of one size fit all.
Hence, we make an enormous amount of different mattresses for different fields, for different folks, for different issues.
We will customize anything you want that fits for you. You will have the perfect surface for you. I don't know of anyone else that can say that and create it. Here's the funny thing about boats and RVs. You have the greatest time during the day, then turn around and have the worst night's sleep of your life. For Texas mattress makers, the great thing about making our own mattresses right here in Houston is we can create the perfect custom-sized mattress for any space, because you deserve the best night's sleep at home, on the road, or on the water. you are not like me. So I can't take something that works for me and make it work for you. How can one size fit all? How can I sleep on the same surface comfortably if we're both different? That's things that folks never think of. Hence, we make an enormous amount of different mattresses for different fields, for different folks, for different issues. We will customize anything you want that fits for you. You will have the perfect surface for you. I don't know of anyone else that can say that and create it.
Hey there, I'm Jim. Check out Verticoil Edge, our open offset alternating coil innersprings. So you might be wondering what open offset alternating coil even means. Basically, we designed this coil to start and end in the same place, so that no matter how tall we make it, it will always stand up straight without leaning or losing edge support. Verticoil Edge is engineered to give you a more consistent sleep surface, with support all the way to the edge. Better support means you'll sleep well even if you're stuck over at the edge of the bed. The revolutionary design of Verticoil Edge firms and responds to body weight movements while you sleep. And the super strong wire we use in our coils will keep your mattress from sagging or settling, so that awesome supportive feel will last longer. Another great thing about our coils is that they sleep a lot cooler than foam mattresses. The open design lets air flow freely to keep you from overheating while you sleep. If you want to learn more about the technical side of things, like wire gauges and coil counts, head over to beddingcomponents.com/innersprings and click on Verticoil Edge. And don't forget, you're only as good as what's on the inside.
Welcome to our snooze news. Today, we are in a great mood. Actually, I'm going to start off by saying, you know what I did this morning?
What?
Well, on your time, but you know what I did this morning? I went to Lulu's Shabbat.
You did?
I did.
You know what? It's funny you said that. I swear to you, I thought of doing that. But
really?
Yeah, but then I thought of everything that you hadn't done, and it came out of my mind because I got upset.
Well, yes, it was really cute. Just to help you understand, Lulu is my niece, and I went to her Shabbat, and it was really cute, and I felt like you should know, and everyone should know this.
Well, I forgive you for that. You got my permission every Friday morning. Not a problem.
Anyways, okay, welcome to our snooze news. Today we are going to talk about mattress protectors, why you need them, and also that we offer them at Texas Mattress Makers. So go on and tell the people why you need a mattress protector.
Well, it's very simple. Remember when you were children and you had a diaper?
Yes. I don't remember, but I'm sure it happened.
I do.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The truth. All right. Here's what happens. When you go to bed, a lot of people, for example, shower in the morning. A lot of people shower in the evening, right? Your body has natural oils, you sweat, and you have dry skin. So when you put a mattress protector, right, number one, you protect your mattress from all the things that I just said. And it keeps your mattress fresh. It really does. It keeps it clean and it keeps it looking new.
Okay.
All right? The main reason for you to have a mattress protector is to protect your mattress from spills, from body oils, from sweat, from dry skin.
So just natural things that happen as you sleep on the mattress day to day.
Exactly. We can come up with many, many different reasons.
Yeah.
But the truth is, and to the point, that's the reason. Now, there are things that people heard of, bed bugs.
Yes.
Okay. Bed bugs are not born and raised in your house.
They're brought in.
They're brought in.
Yes.
All right? So a mattress protector will not protect you from certain things. It's like, let's say you have bugs or a cockroach in your house.
Yeah.
It wasn't born and came in from the floor.
It was brought in. And we do have a lot of information on our website of how to deal or what you should do when you have bed bugs. But there are some scenarios that it does protect you that are not normal. And I have one that I'm sure you're going to say, why'd you say this, for everyone to hear.
No, go ahead.
I have a lovely dog
Her name's Bunny, and I know that you love her, so don't say anything. But she, as a puppy, sometimes
Right.
she, as a puppy, sometimes had some accidents, and one time it did happen on our bed, and we quickly took off the sheets, and it was on the mattress protector, but it actually protected the mattress.
Well,
I felt like that was important.
Okay, so for example, this mattress protector is hyperallergenic, and it's breathable.
Yes.
And it's a barrier, okay, proof, which means that it breathes. In other words, when you put pressure on it, you can feel the air in and out of it, but it will stop liquid from going through it.
Yes.
Okay,
which
now,
I experienced.
let me explain to you what that means. For example, your rat pee-peed on your bed. Had you taken a towel and rubbed the liquid in to try to suck it out,
Yeah.
okay, I repeat, rub it in.
Yeah, trying to
not
get it off.
swipe it
Yes.
off, okay, not wipe it off,
Yeah.
rub it in. You would have pushed the liquid through the fiber onto your mattress.
Yes.
All right, so if you want to clean anything, don't ever rub,
Yeah, you're pushing the liquid in.
Right.
I understand.
wipe it off, and it will protect it. All right. The other is that there are certain microbes.
Yeah.
Okay. This will protect you from those entering your bed.
Okay.
All right. So really, what you should do is get a mattress protector, and every second time you wash your
Oh, that's
linens,
gonna make my next question.
you wash this.
So you don't have to wash it every time.
No.
We get that question a lot. I
Right.
think that's important because
So what you do is, by washing it every second time, you keep the fibers open, it's breathable, and it keeps you fresher in your mattress.
perfect. So and it's super simple when you purchase a mattress.
Buy 2 of these, so every time you wash, I'm serious, it's
Yeah.
not, listen, you're buying a mattress, it's an investment in your health.
Yes.
Okay? So I would recommend you buy 2. So you have one on the bed.
Yes.
You have one that is washed. Like that you can.
You can
when
switch
make
it out.
Exactly. It's not that much money. It's a smart thing to have, and it's a good investment.
I agree. And also we do run several promotions throughout the different months of the year where we do have bundle sales. Some mattresses come with the mattress protector. So definitely try to take advantage of that. You can view all of that on our website. And yeah, is there any, last question, because I know we get asked this, is there any specific mattress protector that you should look for? Is there something you shouldn't purchase? If you run hot, let's say.
It has to be liquid resistant. It has to be breathable. Right? Those are the main 2 things. Now, if you're going to buy one for your child or for an elderly person that has issues, okay, then you buy something that is more vinyl.
Got it.
Okay, because if it's a vinyl, what you can do is you take the sheets off and you can clean it with cleaners,
Okay.
and
On
you
the-
do not have any worry about rubbing it in. The most important thing is to get the soil out and whatever bacteria is going to be there, get it off.
But
the
for
health
just
reasons.
your normal mattress protectors, a breathable, hypoallergenic, and also this one happens to be luxuriously soft.
It is.
It is, I know. I have one. I have 2, actually. Anyways, okay, well,
Don't have children. She has 2 that I paid for, but that's okay. It's a good investment.
I work very hard. Anyways, thank you for tuning in.
Always.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, yeah.
From this to this. From this to this. Transforming raw steel into the world's most comfortable sleep surface. Join us as we explore Leggett & Platt's inner spring story.
The Idea Center decides to create a new inner spring many different ways. A lot of times we sit down with our internal engineers, give them a set parameter, and find out what we come up with. Once a concept is developed, a prototype is created right here in our shop. Every prototype has to be approved through our ASTM testing and our own internal testing before we take to production.
Scrap comes into Sterling in 2 ways. It comes in either in railroad cars or it's trucked in semi-trailers. They load it into cars, buy the grade of scrap.
Takes three buckets of scrap to make a heat. The furnace holds actually is rated at 415 ton. It is the largest electric furnace in North America. And the gates open in the bottom of the furnace. We tap the heat. Tapping is when we take the molten material in the furnace and open a gate.
They let the steel come out at a certain rate into copper molds that are water cooled through the machine at a curve, and it gets cut by the torches and out into our cooling bed.
They go into our reheat furnace where they're brought up to temperature before rolling. We start the reduction. We have what are called box passes. There we have a series of fans under the conveyor that blow air up through the coils to cool them down.
Our steel rod comes from our own rod mill in Sterling, Illinois, and we will bring the rod in, drop those coils into that acid, and then bring them out. We run them through a static rinse, a high pressure rinse, and then we coat them with something that will go through our wire drawing machines. And what we're doing is taking the hot rolled rods, drawing them through a series of dies down to the finished diameter that we want for the final wire size.
The machine that we are currently standing in front of is a spule machine. Will run around 120 coils a minute.
And they run it through the top and the bottom head, which actually forms the coil into the certain size they want. Then it runs through the heat treater unit, which actually tempers the unit. Then it runs it up into the stacker, which actually runs it down to the belt into the assembling unit.
On the auto clip to go through the automatic cycle. Once they're done on the auto clip, then the unit is taken off, inspected by the clipper, and hung on the trolley line to go on down through the process.
Your mattress, you're going to be in it 1/3 of your life. So it's good to know how it's going to perform, what it's going to do for you.
That's the biggest misconception. That firm is good. Support is good. I know you can't see it, but I can see it. You are on top of this bed.
So you're saying there's gaps right now on this bed?
Exactly. In your lower back and under your knees, which doesn't sound like much, but you need that support. If you can take the person, qualify his body type and the way he sleeps on the proper support and comfort level, then that individual is going to sleep well.
Ready to do this?
Yeah!
Right now, when you buy a new mattress from Texas Mattress Makers,
we donate a new mattress to the kids.
That's a new mattress for you.
And one for the kids.
There are thousands of Houston area kids without a bed to sleep on. That's why all this month at Texas Mattress Makers, when you buy a new mattress for you, we'll donate a new mattress to Houston Children's Charity. It's that simple.
Come see us at Texas Mattress Makers, because when we do something great for our kids,
we all sleep better.
Yes! That was perfect!
Welcome to our Snooze News. Okay, today is a little different, as you can see, because I'm standing outside of our new Humble location. We are here to meet with our manager, Dan, at the new Humble Texas Mattress Makers. It is located in Humblewood Shopping Center that is right at 1960 and 59. For those of you who are directionally challenged like me, if you are driving from downtown on 59, it's literally the exit after you exit for Will Clayton, which gets to the airport. You can even see planes flying above the shopping center. It's really cool. It's located next to Michael's and Honey Baked Ham. There's a Conn's in the shopping center. It's right across the street from the Papacitos, which I hear a lot of people in this area love. So let's go meet with Dan. Welcome to our snoozes again. We are with Dan. I know we are not with Yuval today, but we get the super awesome Dan. I want to say the better version of Yuval, but he'll yell at me, so I'm not going to do that. You're probably going to put this in, aren't you? Anyways, we're with Dan. We want to talk about where we are. So I already gave you kind of a direction, but you live in Humble, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
more or less.
so what is a really great landmark that's around Humblewood Shopping Center that people will recognize?
Well, around here, there's Papacitos, which I feel like everybody knows where that is. We're across 1960 from that. Also, there's a Papa's Barbecue, like in this general area. If you know where Papa's Barbecue is, you'll be able to find us.
Oh, see, I made Papa's.
That's been there forever.
A lot of food. There's
Yeah.
a Jason's Deli right here. I love Jason's Deli.
And then there's a big Chase Bank building also, which has also been here forever. So if you can find those two things,
That's true.
find
You
us.
can see the Chase building from the windows here. So that's pretty cool. Okay. So we just moved a week ago.
That's right.
And you've been working with the company though for how long?
2.5 years.
Okay, see, expert. You started at the factory, so you're very aware.
Like
of-
everybody does.
Exactly. So tell me about your experience working here.
Well, as you know, we're not just a retailer, we're the manufacturer. We make our own stuff, and one great thing Yuval does is he makes every employee, yourself included, even the people in accounting to general salespeople on the floor, everybody works in the factory for at least a month. So we all know exactly what's inside of these mattresses. We've all made them by hand a dozen times, which makes us more than just a salesperson. We're experts to the fullest degree.
I think you can do snooze news instead of me. I think I'm gonna maybe lose my job if I'm talking. No, I'm joking. Okay, so what is it that makes, well, I guess you just said it, we're the experts, that makes us stand out. But what else about us makes us stand out from our competitors? Why would you encourage somebody to shop at Texas Mattress Makers versus a big box retailer?
I mean, that list is long. Where do we start really with that? But I think the quickest and most to the point answer would be that because we know what goes inside, we know that we're purposefully choosing the more premium, more high quality components compared to any national brand.
Yeah, and we also offer really great customer service. I know that you deal with your own customer service, and you.
That's right. Yeah. There's no 1-800 number. If you have an issue, you call the store you bought it from, and then whoever you bought it from, you handle it. Or you can even go down to the factory and talk to Yuval yourself if you want to.
That's true. He's actually going to be here later today, so he does make appearances in our satellite locations.
He does. Yeah.
That is true. But I mean, you don't have to talk to Yuval because I think
that's right.
You'll be in perfectly good hands. Okay, yeah. So do you have a mattress?
I do. I have the Roam.
Okay, so tell me why you love, or do you love your Roam?
I love the Roam.
Okay, tell me why.
Best sleep I've ever had. I sleep great every single night. But the reason on it, it's the best. It's got our highest coil count. We call it our quantum coil. So it's our most supportive coil unit. And you know, in terms of comparing it to like a national brand, you're talking about 2.5 times the amount of coils. And what that means is more support, more contour into your body. But the really special thing is that we're using latex and 2 layers of it, 2 different ILDs, which means it's 2 different firmnesses essentially. So what you get is a really cushy top layer and a gradual introduction to the firmness and support of the coil.
So you see, he takes such a complex product and breaks it down so nicely. And that is why we do encourage you, if you are in the Humble location, to come to the store. We take all of the guesswork out of finding the mattress. We make it super easy. It's fun. And you can then go to Papacitos after and, you know, enjoy a nice margarita and lunch. All right. Well, thank you for being in my snooze news.
Yeah.
For me, Memorial Day is exactly what it sounds like. It's Memorial Day. It's a day that, for me personally, I remember one in particular, a young man that was killed during action. That was over 45 years ago. For me, Memorial Day is remembering him. That's what Memorial Day is for me. And there are thousands and thousands of veterans in cemeteries across this country.
It's AJ here with Yuval from Texas Mattress Makers. Always a pleasure sitting down with my man Yuval. As we know, Memorial Day coming up soon, May 27th. It is a solemn day, yet many retailers will use it as a day to promote a sale or something like that. One thing I've always respected about you and Texas Mattress Makers is you guys are closed on Memorial Day. Tell me why you guys choose to go that route and what Memorial Day means to you, Yuval.
So I'm going to read something to answer that, okay?
All right.
And then you and I will go over it. Because I think, because you're a veteran?
Yes.
It will have a meaning for you.
Okay.
That from these honored dead, we take increased devotion to that cause for which they have the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolved that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God and the government of the people, by the people, and for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Abraham Lincoln wrote this standing over a battlefield where Union and Confederate soldiers were lying dead. So Memorial Day is exactly that. It's remembering that, for example, in Houston, we have over 85,000 headstones in our memorial cemetery. So it's not a day that I believe you should have a sale of any kind. In fact, it's not a day that I believe that you should be working, period. It should be a day like we celebrate a holy holiday or a national holiday like Christmas or Thanksgiving. It's a day that we should be thinking about the families of the veterans that are no longer here, because they're not having a very nice day that day, you know?
Right.
They're remembering their family members. So for me to be open on that day, it's I feel like I'm doing something extremely wrong. It's a day that should be very thankful for what these folks have done to sacrifice, what their families have done to sacrifice, for all the things that we have. You know, so if it was up to me, Memorial Day, number one, we would all be closed. And number two, since we can't, I'd like everybody that would hear this, you know, on the 27th of May, which is Memorial Day this year, you look at your home, you look at your children, you look at whatever, and you really take a moment to appreciate what you have, because somebody, and I mean somebody, paid for us to be living in the greatest country in the world. And this is the greatest country in the world. And I'm saying it as a foreigner, not as an American-born person. Sincerely. Okay?
And Monday, May 27th, that is a day for us to remember all those who have given us the opportunity to have this life.
And their families.
And their families as well.
Yeah.
That is Yuval from Texas Mattress Makers. I respect it very much, good sir, as a veteran. I know you are also a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
We have a different understanding of it. I hope that some of you will take that time out on Memorial Day this year.
This is Memo Rodriguez with the Houston Dynamo. My on-field performance is made possible by our partners at Texas Mattress Makers. Whether recovering from a practice or getting ready for a match, my routine starts the night before with a great sleep on a Texas Mattress Makers bed.
Sleep, play, win with Texas Mattress Makers.
Foam encasement is old school. It belongs in the same sentence as floppy disks, dial-up internet, and the phrase, "Be kind, please rewind." Leave foam encasement in the past and feast your eyes on the future of sleep technology. Active Edge steel coil perimeters from Leggett & Platt are the #1 replacement for foam encasement. This line uses fabric-encased coils to form a frame around comfort core units. The result is a longer-lasting edge than foam without that roll-off feeling. Why is this important? When customers shop for a mattress, one of the first things they do is sit on the edge. After surveying 100 RSAs, we learned the edge of the bed comes up during 93% of sales interactions. That's why. The coils that form the active edge can press straight down. That's called straight line deflection, and it means you won't get the buckling or bulging that comes with foam encasement. What you will get is an even surface all the way to the edge. Active Edge outperforms foam in other ways too. It's proven 26% more durable. It also bends 24% easier, meaning less wear and tear on moving parts when paired with an adjustable base. And it's perfect for your bed-in-a-box program. You can compress, fold, and roll pack Active Edge products for use in shippable hybrid mattresses for e-commerce. Ditch those old school foam encasements and get the edge with Leggett & Platt's Active Edge.
They tell you that every 8 years you need to change a bed. That's not true.
Don't you have to replace your mattress every 8 years?
No. I can put very good product, let's say like latex, viscoelastic on this mattress, and you have a mattress that will last you for minimally 10 years. I can take the same coil and put foam that is none of the highest quality, and now you're going to have an excellent unit, but you're going to change this mattress in 3 years. I can build you a mattress that you will never, as long as you don't cut it, burn it, or water it, you will never replace it.
We first started out as Noah's Manufacturing, and the owner of the business, Yuval Michler, 27 years ago, he bought the company, and then we opened up to the public as Texas Mattress Makers about 5 years ago. This is a family-run business, and family not because it's my dad, but because we're all a family. If you work with us, we're family. Our customers are our family. I mean, if you go into the showroom, you're gonna see countless letters from customers. It's pretty incredible. We have all Houston workers here. By giving these people the jobs in a manufacturing business, you're helping the economy grow. You're helping these people sustain themselves, their family. That's really important to us. I mean, there are no words to explain how you feel when you give a kid a mattress who doesn't have a mattress to sleep on at night, whether it's helping children, whether it's helping, senior citizens who need beds and they can't necessarily afford it. We've given so much to this community, and Yuval, he lived the American dream. And for him to give back to the community that gave him so much, it's a blessing for him. We are extremely proud to be from Houston, and having our location be in Houston, Texas, having everything made here in Houston, Texas, being able to support the Houston community and then having our customers support us, it's just this full circle, and it feels pretty great.
to this, from this to this, transforming raw steel into the world's most comfortable sleep surface. Join us as we explore Leggett & Platt's inner spring story.
The Idea Center decides to create a new inner spring many different ways. A lot of times we sit down with our internal engineers, give them a set parameter and find out what we come up with. Once a concept is developed, a prototype is created right here in our shop. Every prototype has to be approved through our ASTM testing and our own internal testing before we take to production.
Scrap comes into Sterling in two ways. It comes in either in railroad cars or it's trucked in semi-trailers. They load it into cars, buy the grade of scrap.
It takes three buckets of scrap to make a heat. The furnace holds actually is rated at 415 ton. It is the largest electric furnace in North America. And the gates open in the bottom of the furnace. We tap the heat. Tapping is when we take the molten material in the furnace and open a gate.
They let the steel come out at a certain rate into copper molds that are water cooled through the machine at a curve, and it gets cut by the torches and out into our cooling bed.
They go into our reheat furnace where they're brought up to temperature before rolling. We start the reduction. We have what are called box passes. There we have a series of fans under the conveyor that blow air up through the coils to cool them down.
Our steel rod comes from our own rod mill in Sterling, Illinois, and we will bring the rod in, drop those coils into that acid, and then bring them out. We run them through a static rinse, a high pressure rinse, and then we coat them with something that will go through our wire drawing machines. And what we're doing is taking the hot rolled rods, drawing them through a series of dies down to the finished diameter that we want for the final wire size.
The machine that we are currently standing in front of is a fuel machine. Will run around 120 coils a minute.
And they run it through the top and the bottom head, which actually forms the coil into the certain size they want. Then it runs through the heat treater unit, which actually tempers the unit. Then it runs it up into the stacker, which actually runs it down to the belt into the assembling unit.
On the auto clip to go through the automatic cycle. Once they're done on the auto clip, then the unit is taken off, inspected by the clipper, and hung on the trolley line to go on down through the process.
Your mattress, you're going to be in it 1/3 of your life. So it's good to know how it's going to perform, what it's going to do for you.
Different components make different mattresses. They look the same, they're all rectangles, but they're not created the same.
Clearly, you've shown us all these different components that not only go into one mattress, but different mattresses for different people. And yet there's this common misconception that they're all the same.
The top of these two mattresses are the same. The base of these two mattresses are not at all the same. You walk in, you see a rectangle. What's inside the rectangle? What makes this firm? What makes this soft? What makes this in the middle? Mattresses are not created all the same.
Each person needs a different mattress. So what we want to get to is, which mattress do you belong on? The minute you walk in, you're going to be greeted by our mattress specialist. We'll ask you questions. How do you sleep? Do you run hot at night? And then we ask that you actually lay into the mattress how you lay at night. Is your shoulder, is your hip sinking in? Are you getting the proper support on this product? They're going to find you the right mattress because they're going to look at how your body individually fits into that mattress. Basically, every quiz that you're going to fill out online are natural questions: your sleeping position, your weight, your body type, are you single, demographic kind of issues. And then it's an algorithm. You spend 25 years of your life on average on a mattress. That should not be bought online. Coming into the showroom, meeting with the specialist, allowing us to just fit you into the right mattress, that is how you should buy a mattress. There is absolutely no cost associated with custom. What it means is you are going to walk in here and have an individual experience. There's so many different ways that you can manipulate the components to have a different feel. And our sales staff, they're dedicated to you. They are going to work with you. They are going to answer any and all of your questions. You will come out of here knowing what you bought, why you bought it, and what to expect. When you come to Texas Mattress Makers, it isn't about selling you a number. It's about the product, and it's about your better night's sleep.
The way I like to put it is, you have the proper fill to accommodate the proper feel. Certain technologies can be customized for some people. If I use this type of spring and this type of foam, you have to understand what's the cause and effect on the person laying on it, when it's going to lose its resiliency or its firmness. If you can take the person, qualify his body type and the way he sleeps on the proper support and comfort level, then that individual is going to sleep well. You need to know everything about the product that you're selling. That's an expert. When you use the word customize, it scares the living daylights out of people. They're scared. They think, oh my God, this is going to cost them a fortune.
All this customization's got to be expensive. It's got to be pricey, right?
No. Let me show you why. I have foam, I have springs, I have everything that I need to make a mattress. It doesn't cost me more to go to my left and pick up this spring and go to my right and pick up this piece of foam or viscoelastic or memory foam or latex and do this mattress than it does that mattress. It's not going to cost you a penny more. When you customize something, it's not going to be more expensive.